Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. July 13th, 2023. Today is July 13th, 2023. Another day. Salon people, you see, yesterday we touched on the fact that, with brothers and sisters in the United Kingdom, concerned Sierra Leoneans, them come together, then they organize a protest, to save democracy in Sierra Leone. At a material time like this, every one of us, we really care, one way or the other. But we have to, do our own best what we can do. Now every corner where we do for make sure say at least we send this message out. Democracy don't backslide na Sierra Leone. So yesterday, not to doing the elections, the past 5 years. Marabio playing your role, the opposition then play the role. Everybody play the role for make sure say they destroy with democracy delicate today. Because people away don't defend democracies across the world. The Barack Obamas, the Joe Bidens. And they tell you every now and again say democracy is something that should be fought for. They sit down, they play the Allah say they can't fight for it, they can't fight for it. No, we get a responsibility for stand up and protect the democracy. You see, that make we want for kind informal again. Yesterday we touched on them in passing. We talk about the Americans then, the one they within America and Sierra Leoneans in America, concerned Sierra Leoneans, then would organize themselves as well for come up with the protest at the heart of Washington, D.C. for send a message out there for the international community for understanding American government and systems, them institutions, they already protect human rights and dignity and democracies across the world for understand what's in the happen in Sierra Leone. So we just want to bring them again to notice full-fledged, even though we passed on yesterday, for say there is a protest in America tomorrow, Friday, the 14th, where they organize in Washington, D.C. They are calling on Sierra Leoneans them, so you were there, like the DMV area. I know say they send a short notice because what's press for time. They will get different dates them, but they say they come together and say, the earlier the better. Low no wait too far this thing they go. Where the higher one low naka one time. So I make them decide for bring them come on Friday tomorrow, where the 14th, of July, so that they go gather. In front of the Capitol or around Washington, D.C., White House area, they go plan the procession. Comrade and Kashi, we get outside at the meeting point. Exactly, because I don't see no flyer yet at this point. Any meeting point?
I think, did I not send it? I think someone sent it to me, and did I not send it to you? Hold on.
Let me see.
I think they're converging at, I think, is it 7:30 in the morning? It says assembly 4801. Is it Forbes Belvedere? How do you call it? BLVD and
Boulevard. Okay.
Lanham.
Okay. Oh, so yeah. Okay.
So it's 481 Forbes. Is it Forbes or
Forbes? Yeah, it's Forbes Boulevard. Okay, it's down in Lanham. Yeah.
Lanham.
Yeah. You can get there, I'm sure, through Annapolis. 450 takes you there by Forbes Boulevard. But yeah, okay. So you say call the address again, Kashi. 4081.
4801 Forbes Boulevard.
Okay. So 4801 Forbes Boulevard in Lanham. All right, guys. That's when at the meeting point. And then 7:30. I'm sure it's like a bus go get at it. We go take over from there for go inside DC because Lanham is a little bit away from DC. Because you're still in Maryland now. So I'm sure it's like a bus where they gather everybody. So 4801.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it sounds like. Because definitely.
So that's not like the convergent point where they walk to DC because it's far.
Yes.
Unlike in London, they convert. They actually meet like around Elephant, and Elephant and Castle isn't that far to Westminster, I guess.
Yeah. Forbes Boulevard is probably another 30-40 minutes away from DC. So yes.
Driving or walking?
Driving.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay, so it must be fun.
Yes. So I'm sure. I wish we get one of the folks there from.
The bus and they go back because the bus and they for take people and tell them the show them and they meet up for Waka.
Absolutely.
The protest.
Absolutely.
I'm very much sure. So you see, the better way are starting because people and they will see no more in Washington. So let people know who's at the meeting point. Although they say the organizers and they say for the able to reach out to them people them as much as they can. even for get them. Unfortunately, we get one of the organizers them, but what we concern is the fight for defense of democracy. Now with the support. And it's like if now under the Batase policy, hence we get information on our responsibility for like the people them because greater majority of people, even when they get the right, no patient for go look something either. They prepare for listening. That they would then ask them. So let me could step for this audio for support the America, North America because we are not saying.
North America.
Yes, the North America chapter for make the SFC. Then they do the same to all on the demand for, of course, this year not to new talk, all to reduce now. For local for repeat some of the things that have been on the over the years. The like Soti say the democracy don't backslide as alone, not to say that today, not to say that during this election, like a long process. But we can the proper one. We just say no more. Abraham in America better and we're going to the better election. How they get to that place.
Absolutely. 4801.
I guess like this flyer we just read, it looks as if this is for people in Maryland that wants to go to the protest. So I believe that there would be like meeting points as well in different areas in America, isn't that?
Well, again, Kashi, I don't know as much. Nobody reached out to me about this protest with detail. I want to assume it is the same point because everybody where they come out Virginia or, you come out DC, any side where you come out. If you want for Canada protest, I think that is like the main hub. I want for assume so, I want for believe so. Since that I didn't have the flyer. So 4801 Forbes Boulevard is the main hub. Forbes Boulevard, for Una Sabi, they want to reach the no panic because it's a very industrial area. It gets lots of offices there, lots of them manufacturing plants and stuff. So it's a very corporate area in a way. So when you reach go see a lot of residential, properties. Them there's the left side, depending if you come out for 450. You on the left side, yes, you get some houses then down that side, but on the right side where they lead you all the way back to Martin Luther King Avenue for 50, it's all industrials. So I'm not saying industrial, place standing. But anyways, I'm sure that's the main point. 4801 Forbes Boulevard, when a FORBES, and Boulevard BOULEVARD, but it can be BLVD for short. Lanham, LAN, N as in Nancy, or November, HAM, M as in Mary, and But so for una way sabi, una go get them easy. I think that is the main point. So when I can go, I'm sure you can park your vehicle, when join the bus where they can go inside DC, closer to the capital area. Because lately there is a lot of security, structures around the DC area. So it's difficult for people for drive and park and all that stuff. Security is highly tense. Giving from the January 6th protest and all that stuff. So I'm sure that is why the protest organizers, then they make them very easy for the folks that we get for goodie, so that they go, go get sideway and go back nicely and go for converge easily, because otherwise people can get lost inside DC. It's very confusing and all of that stuff. So we don't do that this area for a while. DC, where you go in a whole different zone by itself. The roadway used for going inside into the roadway to come out with, so it's a lot of confusion. But anyways, we just wanted to make that clear, since that much information we get, but we don't say salon people that are people that way spontaneous. I mean, they can put themselves together in a heartbeat. The fighting for this democracy, I mean, it means a lot to we, because one way or the other they affect we. They are bad one we country they like I lucky so no more. The lives of our people, they improve socioeconomically, all that, the democracy, the civil liberties. Now we in the diaspora get all that pressure, all they will phone them, the kind number go call the big for this, big for school fee, no it's better this, not that. So we know now make we go for stand up for protect this democracy, because otherwise the pressure continues. We get for all these guys, if democracy not serious, sober, will not get them properly, these guys not going to do anything right for the people of that country. Nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to change, because order for hold them accountable, for even go and give the people what the people deserve. They don't even care about the democracy itself, whether the people and get her. So I don't care about the people, the needs and the desires, the life, for let them live a better life. Look at the suffer, the hungry when they're not country, go to them village them. The angry way they, because even for the people in farm now safe, they don't get support from the government. So it's not easy.
We told that talk yesterday and see if you do to and at the that they go 9 loaders and the rest, one bag is and one bag is for the scatter. Comrade, if you see people and go sweep that rest with the hand and the kultan and the put and close and the effect for almost get little of them. Now the level and we don't reach.
Telling you.
Even the AFRC, we 9 months, we've been there for complete sanction and embargo. We still ship the can na salon for can land, na fed the petty can land. We'll not get that point. We people they went sweep the na gone. You know the fight again, comrade. What if it's a long go like they go so? You know the fight again. Almost, I think people like for being eating creatures them. Sometimes a man who getting for it, if you get dog eat them, if you get pussy eat them. Or free like not be eating themselves. The video they yesterday posted to me, I look, comrade, I watch the thing in Brian Cashbox, I say, Godfather, angry, not to nothing, angry. People who will not get work, people even go work, start willing to defeat them, picking them 5 years and not sack them. Well, imagine now other miserable years they face them for good. So we don't think about things and the way the balance with them on the now where they said themselves sure. I'm very much pretty sure they SLPP where they win. The few they manage they still not pull them because they are not owing them. The video day, so that your statement is very correct about the angry.
Absolutely, Comrade Kashi. You know, Comrade Kashi, I want the political class that they understand say they're not safe in that country. You know, when country get to this point where it reach this way, it don't reach so, the people one day would bounce back and they would take what's theirs. So when they say when a BB goes there, when I get on a big fence them and everything, when I feel say, you know, the people not they see you, they see you. It's gonna get to a point when the people get so hungry. So God in this day, when I go pay that price that country day. You see, this is what is happening across the world, and this is what is happening, especially across Africa. Africa don't become very terrible, so terrible. It don't become so bad for we people. It's only a few that they for East Europe. You know, especially in the villages, the small towns, the people they suffer too much. They suffer too much. So now make what the diaspora will get the responsibility. You know, what they talk. What they do with advocacy, You even for come out for say, okay, I go join this protest. Now go tell the world, say we for restore with democracy in Sierra Leone. We want a rerun of the elections. We want for ensure say the counting of the elections again. If not to reruns them, but let them count every, results from the polling station, district level, regional level, to the national level. We want for see every vote, every tally. These are the demands we want. We know say the legitimate winner of that election is in Sierra Leone is there, but we want for see say the processes. We go through again properly, but we don't see them today. This thing I don't reach to, I don't reach to like today. I make a call, and the folks that are the United States now they call and they organize this protest last minute. Together for make a quick, let them go out there and at least put these concerns to the world, because the Congress in America they listen and they watch, they see what's in the happen, they know. The 23rd, now I shared on my Facebook yesterday, HR I think 538. Where June 23rd, where Congress, the members of Congress in America now they come together and put a paper. But then they caution the government of Sierra Leone, say they for insurance they're going to have a peaceful, elections and all that stuff. So the world is watching what's in the happen at Sierra Leone. They know, they understand. Now I make with brothers and sisters in the diaspora in America, then safe in collaboration with brothers and sisters in the United Kingdom, where they do their own on the 17th in England. They safe the American now they do their own Friday, tomorrow, the 14th. Go ahead.
Comrade, as they say, I've been on the talk this year, the fight for Salon democracy will not start at itself. Because imagine with the first thing the way they say, now over 60 years of damage democracy that the party, so it will not start at itself. Now they start on. And one thing people say, they start with the fight, they only say they make us succeed on this fight. Now we will not fight out political lens. I will continue for talking and say we are not doing this thing because of APC or SLPP or one like APC can power by force. No, we do this thing because we want to correct this tier for like the APC. Since the kind of power no say it's a no-go area because Ibrahim we get from making people no say with democracy it's a no-go area. Because they can not like say even na them monarch state that Ibrahim the pala procedures. Even na UK now where the state they rule by the monarch, but the monarch make a system of democracy say well. Me na the king, na me get the entire kingdom, but they allow people to run the country. They still don't make election. We get prime minister, we get members of parliament. They legally elect and they decide the country fit. Then go the king and less thing for do. In this time monarch country Ibrahim. We now imagine in a country say that democracy the party, so say that one political and the voice be heard.
Yeah.
It's just imagine. So how we go look at your country? Where you see this thing not happen. I will continue to talk about one of the people organizers, people that are not in a sincere means. They are coming in, for their own interest, not to like putting for long for the people. Ibrahim, if we all put the country interest first, we all look at what happened in Salon today. We say, you know what? This is law of time, not for APC. This has nothing to do with APC, Ibrahim. We defend this fact because we want to let the democracy sustain and we don't want to let somebody feel say it just did. We don't know more overnight. They continue to do. They make election magically. They say President Bill get 56%. The NSF will get 83 seats in the parliament. Magically, Ibrahim. Imagine who say who gets other political parties here. We see Ibrahim when they say ashes, we hold away the throw ashes. Clean and normally look the greater part of Anatoly they come. When they send ashes to see the scatter of Abulan, all the majority feel that because in they come back to the white Senate. Ibrahim, no imagine, say for see them in the parliament, the CPR system good. You make them in the parliament, CPR system good because the PC, then they give you get now, we don't see the country don't go back, we say even in the 60s, we are just two party. APC SLPP. APC SLPP, let me say, PR system, they get advantage of smaller parties, they get represent, this even independent not survive. On that constituency election, independent candidate they survive because people in the vote for that they want. We'll tell them say the choice of bringing Denton and day now for pull the pan or hand will agree. But only agree because we say this time around Ibrahim, the democrats will stand by force. This time forcefully. Everybody get rights, everybody get responsibility for letting your voice be heard. We all get a chance for Sidom, be like whole talk about we don't talk time and again. We will play the same policy, but say no. And now Salon need it and ever before. We don't defend this better for Samora Kamara or APC, no. That's the wrong plan. We defend this fact for defend the democracy people therefore. For defend democracy no court plan for defend democracy no rape woman for burn people houses them Ibrahim. Kill people in the streets, go look cry for example. Look at the video, they will get the courage, you know what thing. Only allow somebody can police democracy. People are not there for democracy, but for God's sake. People don't die. They cut people and look at that is on the worker. A rape woman then. But come away go for scientist accord. That picking me away bullets being reached in hand with a cut and I can go. They say you need to send this piece for anything, but for that picking, then I make it send the piece that piece accord. So we don't look at anything and they look so common. If you don't say they go, no say common. No we look so common. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, House Alone Day. No one come, begin. We will support the protest and we want to go for protest. Now make us say, not a protest for political party, it's a protest for democracy. We are not protesting for any political party, we protest for the democracy. So we don't accept the voting happiness alone because it's a call for concern. Because we will not let them get that status quo say, what is Sidom, they do the internal, they put laws the way they other people them. Instead of can do TV for the chief the country money, when the people are winning for the president, when all they pay them, how they suffer. But Abraham, how you how they pay you, then you the pass how they pay you. How you go eat 5 pass how they pay you? Then they pay you, then you eat fine. You the drive baby mutka, more they pay you no get mutka.
I tell you,
you the cook beef, the kill more they pay and they eat minafish. Me they pay you, me they buy one conference. You are the pay they get 10-20 bag of price. It's how that will happen, right? I mean, they pay you, then I mean, they suffer. I'm the employer, they get money, they get money past my employer. How many employees they get money? Remember, it's too big. How many employees they get money past me? How many employees they eat beef? How many employees they drive being mutual?
The question begs to that which they say so. The people actually know that they pay the politicians.
They do know. They know. They know. No, they know. They know. They just don't want to take. They just want to know they pay attention. But let me tell you something.
If they know the civic education they talk about, they don't go sit down. They go wipe politicians. They motoka, wipe their shoes for me. They dash their small thing. Come with they do not know.
Exactly. I agree to some extent. But what you can say, what you can say, because the law sets along politics. That's what is better now. Me you know say first step. We are a politician and they're automatic. Okay, let me can let me color where they say me I still imagine the late Alaji SSO body that will be people invest at the I mean the young people speaking. That the way to go, any way to go, that whole room the work so. That is the whole day step me comping there. We don't want to remember then say then it is my guy, there's I and there, then John Commander. They're like they're demigods. You know how see me and the say we salute they move a little bit. We move, we don't move. Because if you imagine them the day, we get a much then we get them more like so then the day. Imagine even under the mail we get a keep over the people like demigod. But now see this mentality is changed. It's cash in a long haul, like fight for a long haul. But what the middle you now see, the one way you employ, now you not enjoy past you. Now you employ, how the person can enjoy past you. Now they are salute. So we are not protesting for APC for such, or see the protest for APC can see, or the protest for someone that come and become president, not with the protest for like they accept no see, we know they accept again, we know they settle for us any longer as a nation, as a Sierra Leoneans, not to political party protest to the group. We are not organized based on political party interest, we organize them because the country that at this time we don't tell the world say Sierra Leoneans they settle for us any longer. We need to allow like somebody to go for right. We need to allow democracy to backslide to this blatant way, this rudeness. This time mere rudeness. You don't understand. So
like the point you make, so you know, like I came yesterday I talked briefly in a bit, okay, where I say, look, you know, if we decide say we adopt like democracy, we get to kind of like make sure say we follow the principles and adhere to like the provisions therein. You know, comrade, the problem where we get now we continue. You know, we don't go kind of like, you know, not all Lokoma market, not all half and half. You know, like the papa can say, you know, Lokoma market just not half and half.
Like I'm not offended when I say don't be offended, Lokoma. Let me say to market this.
You know, comrade, seriously, because you see, the papa will get one thing where you say, if now you didn't kakademo, say that you didn't kakademo. But the moment you begin to make a car demo, you don't begin to twirl the thing. Because if we say that democracy, come on there, right? When we begin one party system, people that don't say that one party system. When China they kind of like, you know, go with like the communist states, people know that people have confidence in the communist state. People go because that is the principle where they govern by. You understand?
Yeah.
But if we say we want democracy, but yet still we try for, you know, let democracy be backsliding, Ibrahim, and all that. It means we're not ready. And this is the thing. People get to understand, say, when you get a principle, if you kind of like deviate from that principle, it kind of like, you know, let me go back to the older days, Ibrahim, where like we go to school, then they meet you at school. It is normal.
Right.
Like when you gather here, you don't play that play. I'm not saying they don't get rich, but we will grow up. If they don't beat me, you know, we don't want cold water, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
So the principle, the way we kind of like don't say that this we do, we just put one to the best of our ability, because that is how people in the grade we. That is how people in get confidence in we, Ibrahim. You see, we can play with this word confidence, Ibrahim. Your own confidence thing, it kind of like be assessed based on like the adoption of your policy. Yeah, like Ibrahim, I don't can mark you. Like I don't even give you exam where I say like 1 to 10 and they mark you on. Then I go to exam where that's from 11 to 20.
No.
It means I don't go again. Like wait, I don't search for you.
Absolutely.
Right? This democracy here, for make you kind of like get confidence, if I make salon better. If we say that democracy we want, Ibrahim, let we adhere to the game of the democracy, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
Like, you don't come now, when you talk about democracy, now people in the talk about, you see them stupid please, and they talk about one party state and all that. We don't do it in the comes to we continue, like how the hardship, you're untold hardship when it comes, now we continue.
You know, you see, Gashi, we talk about a society where politics don't become the number one employer. This is the problem in Sierra Leone. So these guys, they are excited, they are happy, you know, because when you do the politics, they only money they are the chief as much as you want for chief, for safeguard your family and generations here unborn. These guys, that's what they are up to. For let Prince Adin, where you close her up with Prince Adin, so they talk like how we talk so. You know, not even thinking about the ramifications, but I don't tell you exactly what's in the playbook.
Somebody, sorry, somebody be the talk something. You know, say Gary Lineker, this guy, the former England player, he now can do a match of the day. You know, like when Premier League, you know, play during the day, then they come and show like the match them, like, you know, just the review, like a snap, you know, highlight of the matches that Ibrahim.
Right.
You get journalists that this country, Ibrahim. Like when you talk, so look at all the journalists that you get like one lady when they call lawyer Kumsball or so. Did they pay past the Prime Minister, Ibrahim?
I can imagine.
You know, the Guyana is getting over I think about 1.5 million a year. The Prime Minister, they get like 250,000 a year. You see, Ibrahim, because this institution, when you encourage privatization, Ibrahim,
absolutely,
you don't rely on politics. Like what you talk so. Right. Like politics don't sound like the biggest employer, the richest place for me, and all this shit.
Right.
People and just
actually, when you talk about
the affiliation to it.
It was a problem for belief for stand voting and stand. I don't remember sometimes, I think it was last year, where he talked something about racism. We BBC say then go against them. Then policy, if we withdraw a statement, it's another go on BBC for talking any longer, but I know you withdraw a statement, what you are talking straight.
What the last few months ago, comrade?
Yes. Yes, I do know World Cup term. It's a little bit. It's what I talk. It's that play football and not talk. See, I know the battle. I know going to show. It's you know go BBC. They end up for the all of them. The with them they go they call them this guy with this new former Newcastle player. Now. Alan Shearer, Gary Neville, they all boycott the show. They say as they stand with the company because you get for believing what you believe in. Absolutely. If you know see what you talk not truth, believe in Ibrahim. Yep. We don't look at democracy, you know see the full play Africa, democracy is not to the election. No. Democracy is not about election, it's about following the process of democracy. Absolutely. Just like we tell people say the process na make am legal, just like we tell people say President you get right for call for parliament at any time, you get right for letting make this census. But equally the law thing I say get procedure for follow. We're not ever taking right from as a president, but the right give procedures to follow these procedures until you follow them procedure, the thing not legal. Now that's how they talk. Democracy, you not vote no more. The voting is just one aspect of democracy, but the procedures leading to the election in the democratic principles. One, the free, fair registration. Two, to conduct the election in a free and fair manner. The tribulation program, the tallying. These all are the principles of democracy. So anyway, short in the time, the democracy will be backslide. So we need to talk for the protest because we want to put a protest. No, if the democracy being go. But maybe be people to respect self, not to like this kind of blatancy. We say, okay, people struggle for people to understand. It's okay. But this kind of rudeness we do, they're not don't cook the food. You don't begin pull the the rest of the you don't begin pull the beef inside the pot data. The way don't I say beef on the pot. Would I eat the beef? Would I eat it? Even I cook. Exactly. So we need to accept Ibrahim. We need to accept that at all. So like we all know say I would continue for some of our platforms. We need to protest because of the APC. We need to protest because of HSLPP. We need to protest because to one democrats will be for. Then not even man for cut people and burn people houses them. Make people go displaced. People then become rather to the lowest level of life now in this world. There are also people who have been billionaires yesterday. Then from even then go less of a human. We need to surrender democracy, people that can't steal in a rudeness way. So we need to protest for any party. We protest because the people of Sierra Leone deserve better. Because the democracy we don't backlash. So now people that pay their price, their life themselves. People that die for this democracy. Go na grafting. Go na Hastings. Let's see that see the way they call the hand. It was in the name of democracy. And how they look at it and people like go. So they go in a clear concept. They go protest full force political lens eyes. It was a concern Sierra Leone for waiting the election as alone. The voting happened in Kenya or other part of Africa. Sierra Leone with exception. Right. Like Kenya, the reverse election. Now Malawi, the reverse election. With a call for the next commissioner, get a responsibility for save Saloon or you get a responsibility for carry Saloon into chaos because we all option fail. The third option, we get for camp. We know we benefits all of us, but we get for HD. This we all the people pass for law to that option for law we could see we go into crisis. But if they possible, if they make Saloon better once and for all, rather than for pay price again that the life they go pay, so be it. But for now we all get responsibility. Any part of the holiday, so we all see You don't accept to step in a saloon, not for APC, not for Samura Kamara, not for SLP. It's about the democracy of Silano Ibrahim.
Absolutely, Comrade Nkashi. These are the things we make we can kind of for come and break down these issues as it is. Salon people democracy was fought for. Salon people the problem we'll get now we country people they keep quiet when things they happen. And then they wait for come and can't talk, say we will talk later. But at the background, we will talk at the background. They're not kind of the foreground for can't discuss these issues. For let we talk about them and bring it out. And then we call people attention, say, "Well, stop this nonsense where they happen so they like it in our country." We only watch. We listen to some of former members of parliament. There is no respect for these guys. You did a parliament 5 years and pass all kind of terrible laws and everything. And then now when I come on a parliament, that they tell you can play Mr. Saint, Mr. Democracy. Now you should be the issues and this and that. Come on, man. You were in parliament for 5 years when I pass all the dangerous laws. We're not hearing you on the record, so you say no, I don't support any of these things. When I sit on the watch, they remove 10 members of parliament, they impose a speaker. And the same thing they happen. So take it to the point when I go past PR, inside parliament, when I pass them. When I pass them, when I say, okay, well, for save we neck, because I know so I don't commit a constitutional coup, it's teasing us. For tamper with the constitution, according to section 177, 170 and so. Una know that so una don't commit crime. So what una do? Una go to the Supreme Court for legalize una actions. These are people when they inside parliament for 5 years. But now they come out, they can't talk like for say, they know everything. You see, Salon people them, we can't almost see they say we can support my brothers and sisters them. When they organize the protest at the US there, so we know say we sisters and brothers then at the UK. They organize their own on the 17th. And then America, now tomorrow, July 14th, and then they organize their own. So we just say that we inform una, let una know. But so salon problems, not to today begin. The Wala will get to the like today.
Very quickly, I think the 17th actually coincide with the day I think it's World Day for International Justice.
Oh, okay.
So,
beautiful.
17th, yeah.
That's the United Kingdom one. Then the America you know the 14th. Yes. So we just to clarify. So Justice July 17th, now the United Kingdom, they coincide with the protest and everything, or the protest, they coincide with the Day for Justice. Now, United Kingdom, July 17th, and then the 14th. Now, America, now tomorrow, Friday, when they organize this protest. Again, go now 4801 Forbes Boulevard. Now, the gathering point. And then from there, in transport, to now go inside, now the heart of DC. So, we just want for send that information they told her. But whatever it is, Salon situation, it's terrible, it's shameful, and we as citizens, we get a responsibility for stand up and speak up against these, not for left and so. But we know say politics don't become the fat cow that the old man go. Boy, go down. Kashi, you share a video with me of Professor Lumumba, where he say, no understand why the African people not vex. When you look at the book written by Chinua Achebe, not all the things fall apart. There is other one where say ants of something. Where say why people not vex. Africans for vex. It goes to the point where come so Ebo, let me pay you, but they live past me. Bruh, they want to get them private institutions themselves, Kashi. If the employer say the employee they gets too much, so they begin suspect something. All time the guy 5 more to carry, they begin suspect. Hey, this might work for me at repair. In a drive Rolls Royce.
Ibrahim not go fight. You remember there was a joke like that salon way between Sheki and Joe Amaya Bangali. I'm not sure if you remember that joke.
Slightly.
Mm-hmm. Where they say Joe Amaya Bangali, like the clothes where they wear for go home, then they put clothes for lunchtime for change, then they put clothes for where they come back now. They say now Sheki call her one day, say Joe. Say if you say now close you get past me or address you submit gets past me, so they say well now they sack you. Yeah, come with that joke there. Yeah.
Baba Shekina Kalukalo man, that's what we did.
Close you get past me or submit gets
Very simple, Ibrahim. Very simple. How the footballer get money pass the club with the player?
Yeah.
The footballer get money pass the club with the player. How you go to the play for?
It's terrible. But yeah, That is the world we live in, these days. Probably not listening. Sorry, it looked like I lost come right there. All right. I don't get to know back.
Okay. I have to to see if Professor Luma they talk about say Africans because of all the things like in Africans and people want to then come to proper as listen. Because of the vex, but now we need for vex. Africa must angry now for vex, all right. That time this is by him. No. We encourage everybody tomorrow. Wish now good luck in America, North America chapter for understand for the democracy. We come on go to political lens to repeat and say we are not going there for any political party. We go there for safe for democracy and democracy and backslide. Not to the fight between APCS people who they want to win now and the fight for safe for democracy and not going problem now. So whatever protest with the support the protest we here towards the democracy of Sierra Leone.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like say Kashi. I don't know if you get anything else, but we'll let for now.
Just while you were talking about the book, the book where you talk about where Professor Lumumba quotes about Chinua Achebe. The book is called Ant Hills of the Savannah.
Ant Hills. Yes.
Ant Hills. So Ant A-N-T and then Hills of the Savannah. So Ant Hills of the Savannah.
Absolutely. Thank you for that clarification. Yeah. So you don't have book with myself now ever hear about Kashi. Pass by area so that the
In fact, I actually order because I've never heard of it actually. Pass way Ayeribota. It's cheap on Amazon. I think it's less than £10.
Possible. Like possible. So. Yeah, because not so a lot of people they buy them book already, so absolutely. I think so for popularize that book.
I got it for like £8, Ibrahim. Actually, I think it's supposed to be delivered today. So
okay.
It's
beautiful.
Quite cheap on Amazon. Yeah,
I'm gonna look out for one as well. But it's terrible. We for vex, salon people. We for vex. I swear to God, we for vex. And you see, the problem is, Comrade Kashi, now the loyalty to these politicians, now in the kill we.
Absolutely.
Now in they make it difficult for we as a people for come together. Because all it takes is one nuisance within the small team.
Yeah.
Hey, well, you're blind. They see again. And you put somewhere so everybody else for suffer. And this is what they do. They gather them people around them where they protect them. And then they give small crumbs. Small crumbs. So say you put them well, me the egg. Yeah, nobody only gets again, nobody gets. Protect them politicians they are against, we people them. This is the problem. But the political class, they should pay. The people for vex. Sierra Leoneans, we for vex. That life where they live, so Kashi, we can talk them to lightly. People feel say, will they take a big play? Kashi, there are people from where they're born till they're 60, 70, one day go see dentist. One day go see eye doctor.
Yeah.
Then they get that cataracts where the cataracts don't form, they say that you get eye don't hold, they see again.
Yeah.
Me people them na simple surgery with less than 16 minutes. You get your vision back, clean one. As long as there is nothing else wrong with the back of your eyes. Kashi, people know they get routine medical checkup.
No.
Kashi, if I have the power, I tell you, say, I pass a law in that country, they say everybody, citizens, every 6 months, you will go for a checkup. If you don't go, they jail you. That year, we go for make sure, because you see some of these things in Africa, we go for people, you go for shovel inside them because they don't understand. You 6 months checkup.
Like I don't want to go into this in detail. All of these things get direct impact to the economy.
Exactly.
Healthy population kind of like they bring wealth. They say health is wealth. Like what we always they say, Ibrahim. Healthy population, and even when you get these people to be healthy, they become more productive, Ibrahim. But anyway, let's not go into it too much because we'll
get back. We come work in silence so I can know the meaning of the silence. It's time to tell me now, say, we are not only used here. Ay. Oh, the left fire.
Let's all have those in silence.
Come we go to see anyway. I'm starting to go so now. Hey God. Anyways, all right.
Let me say, let's say, no open. Everyone's on open wounds.
Yes, right. Yes. It's tough. It's tough. But anyway, okay. We wish everybody well.
Who they come up, put me to get popular, most happy. Most of all, one of the most popular will be like Salona Chicken the River. Most back in the days, one of the best books on the Chicken the River. Right. But yes, so many books that we write, Chicken the River, Things Fall Apart. One of the popular book, but if I write so many books, them where you see. If you read them, you get, these are people who they get this yesterday. Yeah, but as you say, no left alone, no can say you can go up your own, no left.
Absolutely, I agree. All right, guys. Well, when I go find that book, Ant Hills of the Savannah, now one. When I go find them, African people for be hungry. Okay. Bye bye, everybody.